Guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It is the best time of the year, baby. It is deer season here in my home state of North Carolina. As you can tell, maybe, it is a little gross outside. It has been raining pretty much all day. So today is opening day. It was opening morning. We were not able to go out and hunt because it was raining like crazy. But the rain has slacked off. It looks like we got a little bit of a break, probably for the next 4 to 5 hours. I think it's gonna slack off enough for us to be able to hunt this afternoon. So with that being said, thanks for hanging out with me. We're gonna slide in the woods. We got a good 8-point that actually showed up. This is probably the farthest behind schedule that I've ever been as far as deer hunting goes. I've just done very little prep work this year, and that's just flat out on me. I've been wide open busy, so I don't really know where a lot of big deer are at. I do have one property where I did have a good deer show up, so we're gonna go try to take a whack at him, see if we can get it done, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let's go shoot a doe or a buck, either one. All right, guys, first trip of the season. It's still misting rain, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. I don't know if you're gonna. This weekend, I really don't think the weather's going to get any better. I think this could be the only opportunity that I've got at hunting this weekend. So, like I said, this deer we got over here, he's not huge by any means. He's probably a 105 to a 109 8-point, but that'd be a dang good buck with a bow here in this part of North Carolina, so we should be able to get in here nice and quiet with everything being wet. So we're just gonna take our time to get in there. I've got a Tactacam Reveal camera up in here, so that way I would have known if that deer would be in that area at this time. So as of right now, I hadn't had any photos, so I feel like those deer have been bedded down pretty much all day. But maybe this little break in the weather, maybe they'll get up and move around and do some feeding. So let's go slide in here, see if we get one killed. I know I mentioned earlier, if, I don't know if I've done a video yet or not, but me and my fiance Brittany, we've got a new lab puppy that I'm going to be working on tracking deer for us. So if a doe comes into this place, this is an area where there's a bunch of does, a pile of does actually. So if I got the opportunity to whack a big old nanny doe this afternoon and let my dog come in here and practice doing some tracking, I'll probably do that also. But we're gonna see if we can get her done. We're good to go. It's still, like I said, it's still misting pretty dang good, but it's huntable. I don't know if these deer are even gonna get up and move with it like this. It's probably just a waste of time. But, opening day and the weather tomorrow is not looking good at all, so with it being like that, I mean, you feel almost obligated. You got to get out here and try to hunt them. So that buck last night, when he come into the camera, he was coming from like this back left side over my shoulder. He came into the camera angle and then turned and came right at it. So I feel like if he'll take that same path, then we should be okay. I really don't know what the wind is doing. That wind's almost kind of dead. The wind's absolutely perfect right now for this spot. If that deer comes in from that angle, if that deer comes in from that same place, he'll never smell us. I mean, he was from the cameras probably 20 yards away. Yeah, 24, 25 yards. So I feel pretty confident that no matter I should be able to get a shot at him. Only thing we can do now, fellas, is just hunker down. Hunker down and try to wait him out. See if we get lucky. Guys, we have a first deer and first buck of the 2022 season come in. It's like I couldn't tell a lot about him. It looked like a small 6-pointer. He came in he came in exactly from where I needed him to come from, but he got over here in this real thick stuff behind me, and the wind is blowing like straight from where he came from. So as soon as he got in behind me, it was pretty much over. He smelled me and he knew something was up. He turned and went back up the hill, but he blew 3 or 4 times before he left. I thought I was going to get lucky and he was going to get out of there before he blew, but he stopped right up there on top of that hill and sounded off. So we got a couple more minutes left before it gets too dark. It's about 7:30 right now, but it's cloudy and we're in the middle of some hardwoods with a thick tree canopy. So it'll be pretty dark here in just a minute. I'm gonna get down here in just a little bit. Whenever it gets dark, I got a small little sapling I need to trim. Get it out of my way, but that's a good sign. But those deer are living and moving in this little area right here, so if we stay with it, we'll have a shot at that bigger buck. Hanging out with me. A week has passed since the last time that I deer hunted. It's been a very slow start for me. I've had a lot of stuff going on, just have not been able to get into the woods. So it's still technically opening week of season. I was only able to hunt that one afternoon the last time I checked in with you guys, and we actually wound up seeing I think it was 4 total deer, but I believe only one of them was I got on camera. A little 6-pointer come in there right up under the stand, and it wasn't maybe a couple minutes later. We had 2 or 3 does come in right there behind us, and it was kind of dark, and they pretty much had me pegged, so I didn't want to move around a whole lot, so I didn't get those girls on film. But it is now Friday of opening week, and I'm headed out mainly to go put some corn out and get a trail camera up on this property. This is one of my better properties that I have for big mature bucks. You know, typically the middle of October to all the way up into the rut is when these deer will start showing up hot and heavy on this property. But every now and again, we get a deer that'll show up that's a real good deer. He'll show up during archery season, and 9 times out, I ain't gonna say 9 times, but 7 times out of 10, if that deer will show up in the month of September or early October, then I've got a very good chance of shooting this deer. So that's what I'm going to do this afternoon. I'm going to go there, get the camera set, and just since I'm going to be over there, I'm going to go ahead and set it this afternoon and see what I see. And then we've got good weather this weekend coming up, so it should be 2 more morning hunts and 2 afternoon hunts coming up. So thanks for hanging out with me. Let's go get in the tree, see if we can shoot a deer, guys. All right, guys. Set up and good to go. My seat cushion is soaking wet for whatever reason, so we're gonna have to sit here with a soggy bottom. Probably gonna try to keep the face mask off if I can. It's so daggum hot. Like always, I get a lot of questions for shooting the Swhacker broadheads. Been shooting those for probably the past 8 years. Absolutely love them. Probably gonna plan on shooting them as long as they keep making them, and as long as they keep making them where they make deer fall really quick. There's a lot of good sign in here in this area. Like, I mean, a bunch of good sign. Trails coming all over through here. Trails are wore out. There's acorns already hitting the ground right in this area, so that's a huge plus. If you can find those first couple white oak trees that are producing and dropping somewhat early, those deer will live literally in a 200-yard radius of those 1 or 2 trees. Sometimes it's a little cluster of trees, sometimes it's a big group of trees, or it can be 1 tree. But judging by the sign that's in here so far, there's been a lot of deer activity moving in and out of here, so what then we do is hang out and wait. We got in here and got set up. They're pretty quick. It's 5:30. One thing I forgot to do, guys, is I forgot my safety harness. You should never do that. And that's on me and a lack of preparation. No excuse, but you don't need to do that. If any of you new hunters are out there, this is a what not to do video. But we're gonna hang out pretty good ways back into this property, a long ways away from a lot of the other places that I hunt, so can't really remobilize and go anywhere else. I think we'll see some deer this afternoon, just, definitely not a place where we're gonna shoot a doe, because it is a pain to get a deer out of here. If we pull the trigger on a deer here, it's gonna be a good deer. It maybe don't have to be a giant with a bow, but it's gonna be a good deer. Here comes a deer, guys. Oh, it's a buck. That's a good buck. Oh, no, he's not a giant. But there's another deer with him. back's a freaking doe. I don't see that buck anymore. We got deer coming in everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 deer around me right now. This buck, I think, is going to come back in. He's not a giant, but got daggum deer everywhere. I don't have any brow tines. Looks like he's just a messed up stitch corner. I got more deer coming. I got 6 deer. It's all does and that one buck. That deer is so nervous. Just gotta watch out for these does. These does will bust me. Make sure he's at 30 yards. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. It is the next morning. We wound up seeing those 6 deer yesterday, a spike and 4 does, and then that little, what should have been an 8-pointer, but he was a 6. It didn't have any brow tines. That's pretty much all we seen during yesterday, or in the afternoon set. So this morning we're going to go to a spot where I've got a heavy population of does. So if a doe comes in, a good mature doe that I can get a good clean shot at, then we're definitely going to harvest that doe this morning. There's also a good buck on this property running around, so there's always a chance that deer can show up. We've only had a couple pictures of him, so he's not been very, very regular at that spot, but there's always a chance. So let's get everything packed up, loaded up in the truck, and let's go see if we can let an arrow fly, baby. All right, guys. It's just now starting to get light enough in here to where you could shoot. We ran one deer out back up into the field where we come into this spot at. It was just one deer. It didn't look big. Wasn't a buck, I don't think. We didn't get any photos. Of deer yesterday other than in the morning times. Nothing last night. Nothing yesterday afternoon, only in the mornings. So I feel good about this spot and the fact that I feel like we should see some deer. Just need to get settled in and be ready. Keep those fingers crossed. I actually want to shoot a big nanny doe this morning. That's my game plan, is to whack a doe. Shoo, guys, that is it for this episode. It's been a kind of a fast-paced week, but also a slow-paced week. We've seen, 6 deer, and then 3. We've seen like 9 or 10 deer in 3 hunts. This morning was kind of a slow hunt, but that is what it is. So you can't always see deer every time you go. Milo here is hanging out at the house. He's got his rabbit, carrying it around. So we're getting ready to hopefully get him started on tracking some deer. If his old man can shoot some deer for him to let him track. But guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. As always, I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers. If you would, please hit that subscribe button. Every click gets me one step closer. It means the world. You're taking the time out of your day to watch what I got going on here. We got a lot of videos coming up this deer season. I'm getting ready to roll into coyote season as well. It's a busy time of year for us, so I'm going to start trying my best to rep the videos out on a weekly basis, and hopefully you guys will be seeing me more often. Thanks so much. See y'all next time.